They weren't just cars, they were passports into a different world. Born from Japan's golden age of performance engineering, these machines conquered racetracks, ruled the streets, and became legends in movies, video games, and late-night conversations between car enthusiasts. We're talking JDM legends, the cars that made hearts race, knuckles tighten, and dreams feel attainable. From the mountain passes of Gunma to the high-speed straights of Suzuka, they've left tire marks not just on asphalt, but on history. Let's count down the 10 most legendary JDM cars of all time and see why each one still inspires obsession decades later. Number 10. Honda Integra Type R DC2. In the world of front-wheel drive performance, the Honda Integra Type R DC2 is the gold standard. It didn't just set the bar, it became the bar. Under its lightweight hood sat the legendary B18CV TEC engine, a hand-assembled 1.8-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder that made 197 horsepower and revved to an ear-splitting 8,400 RPM. Those numbers might sound modest today, but this car wasn't built for drag strips. It was engineered for precision. Every element was honed for performance. Extra chassis welds for rigidity, a helical limited slip differential for traction, a close ratio gearbox that begged you to shift just before redline. Even the glass was thinner to save weight. Inside, it was pure driver focus, iconic red Recaro seats, a titanium shift knob, and no unnecessary luxury to distract you. On a tight, technical road, the DC2 Type R doesn't just corner, it slices through apexes like a blade, rewarding skill and punishing sloppiness. It wasn't about numbers, it was about the connection between human and machine, and the DC2 delivered that better than almost anything else on four wheels. Number 9. Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6, Tommi Mäkinen Edition. The Evo 6 TME was Mitsubishi's love letter to rally legend Tommi Mäkinen, and a brutal street weapon in disguise. At its heart was the bulletproof 4G63 2.0-liter turbo engine, officially rated at 276 horsepower, thanks to Japan's gentleman's agreement, but widely believed to make more. That power went to all four wheels through a sophisticated AWD system with active yaw control, giving it grip levels that bordered on supernatural. The TME wasn't just a badge package. It had revised turbo internals for quicker spool, sharper steering, and a suspension setup honed for both rally stages and tight street corners. The unique front bumper improved cooling and aerodynamics, while the signature decals and special Recaro seats made it instantly recognizable. Drive it hard, and the Evo 6 TME felt like it was telepathically linked to you. Point the nose into a corner, and it would dig in, rotate, and fire out the other side with rally car ferocity. In the late 90s, nothing else could touch it on a twisty road. Number 8. Mazda RX-7 FD3S. Few cars combine beauty and engineering daring like the Mazda RX-7 FD3S. It was the poster child of rotary power, a lightweight, perfectly balanced coupe that looked as good as it drove. Under its flowing hood sat a 1.3-liter twin-turbocharged 13 BREW rotary engine, producing 276 horsepower. That may seem small in displacement, but rotaries spin fast and smooth, delivering an otherworldly surge of power as the turbos hand off to each other. The FD's real magic was its handling. With near-perfect 50-50 weight distribution and a curb weight under 1,300 kilograms, it danced through corners with an elegance few cars have matched. It wasn't about brute force, it was about finesse. Then there was the styling. Long hood, short deck, muscular haunches, and those pop-up headlights that gave it an almost living expression. It was art you could drive, but also a machine that demanded respect. Rotary engines require care and attention, but for those willing to learn, the RX-7 rewarded with a driving experience unlike anything else. Number 7. Toyota Celica GT4 ST205. The Celica GT4 ST205 was Toyota's ultimate rally-bred street car, a turbocharged AWD coupe built to dominate both the WRC and your favorite backroad. Its 3SGTE 2.0-liter turbo engine produced 252 horsepower and 304 newton-meters of torque, sent to all four wheels through a sophisticated all-wheel drive system with viscous center and rear-limited slip differentials. But the power was only half the story. The ST205 had a chassis that gripped like a barnacle to a ship hull. On wet mountain roads or gravel-back lanes, it felt unstoppable. Toyota's rally program even pushed the limits of the rules, famously creating a clever turbo restrictor bypass that gave them a massive advantage until the FIA caught on and banned them for a season. Visually, it was aggressive but purposeful. Hood vents, wide arches, a rally-style spoiler. It was the kind of car that looked fast standing still and felt faster the harder you drove it. Number 6. Subaru Impreza 22 BSTi. The Subaru 22 BSTi wasn't just a car, it was a celebration. Built to mark Subaru's third consecutive WRC championship, it distilled everything the brand stood for into one rare, glorious package. Only 400 were made for Japan, each painted in iconic sonic blue with gold BBS wheels and wide rally-style fenders. Under the hood was a special 2.2-liter EJ22G turbo flat 4, producing 276 horsepower and massive mid-range torque, paired with a close-ratio 5-speed manual. The 22B's chassis tuning was rally-derived but road-friendly. The steering was quick, the grip immense, and the AWD system gave you the confidence to push through corners at speeds that felt impossible. It wasn't just about speed, it was about presence. When a 22B rolled up, enthusiasts stopped mid-sentence to admire it. Today, it's one of the most valuable JDM collectibles in existence.
It's amazing. It's wide.
Number 5. Nissan Silvia S15 Spec R. The Nissan Silvia S15 was the final evolution of the Silvia line, and it went out in style. Its SR20 DET turbocharged four-cylinder made 250 horsepower in Spec R trim, sending it to the rear wheels through a 6-speed manual and a helical LSD. The result was a perfectly balanced sports coupe that became a legend in drifting and time attack alike. On the street, it was nimble, responsive, and incredibly tunable. On the track, it could be coaxed into graceful oversteer or laser-sharp grip, depending on your mood and setup. The design was timeless, low, sleek, with those distinctive kooky headlights and flowing body lines. Sadly, stricter safety regulations meant it would be the last Silvia ever made, ending an era of affordable rear-wheel drive Japanese sports coupes. Number 4. Toyota Supra MK4 A80. The Toyota Supra MK4 didn't just enter the sports car scene in the 1990s, it detonated into it. Built from 1993 to 2002, it was the perfect storm of Japanese engineering, tuner potential, and pop culture fame. At its core was the legendary 2JZGTE, a 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline-six, so overbuilt it could handle 800-plus horsepower on stock internals. Officially rated at 276 horsepower in Japan, the real number was higher, and tuners quickly learned that with bigger turbos, fueling, and ECU work, 4-digit power wasn't just possible, it was reliable. But the Supra was more than just an engine. The chassis was rock solid, the suspension sophisticated, and the Getrag 5 1606-speed manual was bulletproof. It could devour quarter miles, attack race circuits, or cruise in comfort. Its design was muscular yet sleek, rounded curves, an iconic rear wing, and a stance that still looks modern today. And thanks to the Fast and the Furious, the MK4 became a global superstar, cementing its place as the king of 90s JDM performance. Number 3. Honda NSX NA1/NA2. In the late 80s, Honda shocked the world by taking on Ferrari and winning hearts. The Honda NSX wasn't just a Japanese sports car, it was a revolution in how supercars could be built. Developed with input from Formula One legend Ayrton Senna, the NSX debuted in 1990 with an all-aluminum monocoque chassis, the first production car to use such a structure. Its mid-mounted 3.0-liter, later 3.2-liter V6 featured VTEC technology, delivering razor-sharp throttle response and a soundtrack that climbed to an 8,000 RPM crescendo. The NSX's brilliance wasn't just in speed, it was in usability. It started every time, idled smoothly, and could be driven to the track, thrashed all day, and driven home without drama, something European exotics of the era struggled with. Styling was pure Japanese minimalism, blended with supercar proportions, low, wide, and timeless. The NSX proved you didn't need to be Italian to build an exotic that could stir the soul. Number 2. Nissan Skyline GT-R R34. Ask any JDM fan what car sits at the top of their dream list, and the R34 GT-R is probably there. Built from 1999 to 2002, it represented the peak of Nissan's performance engineering before stricter emissions and costs changed the game. The beating heart was the RB26DETT, a 2.6-liter twin-turbo inline-six officially rated at 276 horsepower, but easily capable of far more. Power went to all four wheels through Nissan's ATTESA-ETS Pro AWD system, while the Super HICAS rear steering added uncanny agility. The R34 also debuted the multi-function display, giving drivers real-time data on turbo boost, oil pressure, and more, like having a race engineer riding shotgun. Its presence was unmatched. A boxy yet muscular design, signature quad taillights, and a stance that screamed purpose. Whether dominating track days, tearing up mountain passes, or starring in Fast and Furious and Gran Turismo, the R34 became the definitive JDM icon. Number 1. Nissan Skyline GT-R R32 Godzilla. Before the R34, there was the car that started it all. The R32 Skyline GT-R, nicknamed Godzilla by the Australian press for its habit of crushing everything in its path. Launched in 1989, it was a technological tour de force. The RB26DETT engine, ATTESAAWD, and a chassis so capable it dominated Group A racing, winning 29 out of 29 races in Japan Touring Car Championship. The R32's performance was so overwhelming that some racing series banned it outright to give other manufacturers a chance. On the road, it delivered supercar pace with sedan practicality, a wolf in very understated clothing. It wasn't just fast, it rewrote the rules for what a Japanese performance car could be. Without the R32's success, there might never have been an R34 legend, and that's why it stands at the very top of our list. From high-revving Hondas to twin-turbo monsters, these 10 JDM legends prove that Japan's golden era of performance was about more than horsepower. It was about character, engineering genius, and a deep connection between driver and machine. They weren't just cars, they were statements, and their legacy continues to inspire enthusiasts around the world. Which one's your favorite?